Steve Scalise is a member of the House of Representatives. You might remember that he was up for Speaker of the House, but that didn't last very long because he couldn't get enough votes. Instead, he was beat out by a religious zealot that doesn't have a fucking bank account. Go figure. Anyway, he was on a news show this morning on ABC. He was being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos. George asked a very simple question, and he couldn't answer it. Fact is, a lot of Republicans have trouble with this question. George asked, do you believe that Joe Biden won the 2020 election fair and square? Now, that's a pretty easy question. It's either yes or no, but not one Republican can answer it that way. They don't have the ability to make that decision. Instead, they say, well, you know, and a lot of people believe, and Congress did this, and there was a lot of problems, but they could never come out and actually answer the question, which I think is a disservice to the people they represent. We should know what they fucking think and what they believe, then we can decide whether to vote for them or not. The fact is, there's been all kinds of evidence that proves the 2020 election was fair and square. There is zero evidence that proves there was election fraud. So why is it so hard for them to answer this question? Well, because it's not about facts, it's not about truth, it's about not pissing off Donald Trump or MAGA. Because they're cowards, they're worried about backlash because they might go against these crazy fucks. Well, we need people that are stronger in Congress. We need people that have their own minds and make hard decisions and don't make a difference whether they're partisan or not. Let's work for the country. That's your job. You're supposed to be serving us in this country. But instead, you're serving a master who is 4 times indicted, 91 felony charges, and has been impeached twice. That's who you're serving instead of the people of this country. That should be enough to kick their ass out, eradicate those motherfuckers. It's a sad day in America when we have politicians that are there to do our bidding and they don't. They refuse to. And they can't even answer a simple question when the facts are right there. It's frustrating watching these people. If I were interviewing them, I would sit there and keep asking the questions until they were so embarrassed they would either walk off or come up with some kind of answer. But our media doesn't push them like that. It wouldn't be appropriate or polite. Well, fuck. Where we are right now, maybe it's time not to be polite anymore and start pushing people to the wall and making them tell us what they really believe as opposed to couching everything they fucking say.